Welcome to the modern-day town of Versailles. We are going to tell you quite a bit about the history of this town, but I just wanted to introduce you to it first, walking around, seeing the beautiful pastel-colored buildings, and being able to take a walk down the street that has such a historic, significant influence.
The Palace of Versailles was built in the 1600s by King Louis XIV, who was known as the Sun King. Now you can see sort of in the background that this palace is huge. King Louis used to live in a palace in Paris near the Luxembourg Gardens, but he decided that this was too small, and so he expanded a small hunting lodge that was here into a giant palace with extensive gardens. And the monarchy was here for about a little over 100 years, and in 1789, during the French Revolution, the people of France became increasingly unsatisfied with how the king and the nobles were living in complete luxury while the people were starving, and so they actually organized a march. A lot of peasants marched to the palace to demand tax reforms and more food because they were starving. And the king and queen obviously did not listen to this, and we know eventually what ended up happening to them. They were killed by the guillotine. Now you may be wondering, why is the palace so big and so extensive? And a big part of that reason is because King Louis XIV actually moved the royal court entirely from Paris to Versailles, making it the political capital of France. And all the nobles and his entire court would live here as well. And so it had to be very large to accommodate all of them.
Now I want you to imagine for just a moment that you are one of the French peasants living in this society. You are starving. You're noticing that your family is getting more and more taxes put upon you. Mom and dad are at work for longer and longer hours during the day just trying to put food on the table. As the winter progresses, you realize less and less food is coming in, and not only are you starving and your family is starving, but everyone else around you is starving. Then suddenly, on a sunny day, you get something stuck in your eye, a type of glint, and as you look over at the Palace of Versailles, you notice that the entire roof is gilded in gold while the people are starving. And so very, very famously, this type of frustration that's being built line upon line, moment by moment, day by day, missed meal by missed meal in the French people, ends up leading to a type of deep-seated anger over. Here I'd like to offer you a close-up of the palace. As you can see, it is absolutely huge. Just like Mihaela shared, it is so large in order to allow King Louis XIV to live with his entire royal court in Versailles. There is more than enough room for all of them. Now here, continuing, walking through the gardens, there are beautiful statues, gold glittering from the roof, coves, gardens, statue upon statue upon statue. And here, you can imagine yourself being one of those peasants like we talked about before. Imagine seeing the absolute indulgence the nobles are partaking in while you and your family can't even find bread to eat.